Educational content is boring.
If you can't like properly explain why you're doing your offer, then you shouldn't even like sell it.
The reason why this video performed is because of
I flew out to Bucharest for 3 days to help my friend Atala fix one problem. He runs one of the biggest personal branding agencies in the game, and he generated over 300 million views for his clients and for his own brand. Getting attention is literally what he sells, but there's one platform he's never cracked: YouTube. And that's exactly where his buyers look before they spend money. So we sat down and I built him the exact system I run with all my clients. I call this 5-video close, and it's the same method that's booked hundreds of qualified calls of YouTube. The goal of this video is to turn YouTube into a real acquisition channel for him and give him a custom game plan he can run without guessing what to post next. Now I'm taking you to the exact room where we built it, so let's get into it.
Okay, so first thing before we jump into the sauce, I want to ask you a couple of questions so I can understand your offer, understand your ICP, desires, fears, pains, motivators, and just a few questions about your branding mission. So let's just walk through that, and then we will take some time to actually craft your YouTube game plan. I genuinely appreciate you for taking your time and being here with me. So most of you guys already know him, Attila Lawrence himself. Let's start with the first question. What do you offer? I know you have 2 offers, so if you can just quickly go through deliverables. Is it like done for you, done with you?
Yeah. I currently have 2 done for you offers and one that is kind of done with you or a mix. I'm preparing a coaching offer for that, but it's not ready yet. Besides that, I have 2 done for you offers that I actually have going on. Atlas ecosystem. We set up the entire ecosystem one time, and that ecosystem is going to match his whole personal brand. So they don't need another social media manager or an operator or anything like that. And the second done for you offer is a full content offer where we manage their short form, long form, and their YouTube and their closures as well. For Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, we charge around 4 to 5K per month. Yeah, that's the current offer and the current
so basically
lineup.
2 offers. One is done for you, kind of content, IG, YouTube, yes, sometimes Twitter. And other one is this AI system that you integrate for people. Perfect, gotcha there. So what would you say, what is the one thing that separates you from all of the crowd, of the rest?
First of all, my experience, I started at the age of 12. I have tested every mistake that you could potentially think of. I have experienced it myself, either with my own brand or with clients. So every single mistake that you can potentially think of, I have made it. So I can speak of experience on that. The numbers as well, 300 million organic views, over 700K followers. I think it's 800K by now. The clients as well. Also, I would say my unique positioning of the brand, like how I am actually positioned with my girlfriend and what unique mechanisms we actually have with, for example, triarias and the other systems as well.
People don't pay attention to details. So all of these details we can integrate into, for example, hook, inject those emotions, inject those elements in, people's head. And this can influence later decision whether they want to buy or not. Who is your target audience? What's your ideal client that you want to work with?
Most of it is pretty similar. I'm going to start with that. So both of them are usually 50K per month. Business owners or content agencies or traders or e-com guys who already have a personal brand, so they are already on social media, either on Instagram, TikTok, or YouTube. They want to expand their brand and they want to scale as well. The main difference is that for the one-time setup, the ICP for that usually want to have more control, ability to see the entire process and have the ability to manage it themselves instead of relying on an agency, for example.
Yeah, and if you could name one pain point, one fear, and what motivates them to take action to work with you, what would you say?
I would say pain point is not having enough time for their brand, and fear is losing conversion rates or losing clients and not being able to get them back because their lead flow is not just consistent in the first place, because their brand is not consistent either. So the issues kind of stack up there. I think is the exact opposite as the fear. So they can get a more consistent personal brand equals a more consistent lead flow as well, so they can scale their business.
If you were your ICP and you're there on YouTube, because most people are constantly searching on YouTube, and your ICP as well, he's on YouTube, but the problem is you're not making content, so you're not actually getting in front of him. What would you say what they're searching on in this search bar? Because YouTube is the only platform where you actually search instead of Instagram or TikTok where videos just appear, right? So what would you say what they're searching on, like some problems or like some video ideas?
They are most likely searching on about specific guides or courses about conversion rates, about the lead flow, also about cloud and AI, because they have seen the trends. Everyone has seen the trends, so they want to know more about how it actually work, how it would be for their personal situation, how they can set it up, how they can set up this new cloud agent. I think those are the main topics that they are actually searching on.
Yeah, that's what I asked you specifically, because I want to also hear like your perspective. What is your branding like mission, core belief that you like stand behind?
You gotta figure out like what is it that makes you polarizing? What is it something
Exactly,
that divides people? It's like you either fully agree or you no.
Full disagree, yeah.
I believe that no matter your ICP or how niche you are, you need to actually go viral in that specific niche, unless you're not going to be able to actually get views or clients. A lot of people say that if you are really niche and if you go into this like really niche high ticket offer, you don't really have to go viral, but I really disagree with that, because you're going to need to get views either way to maintain your clients and to get more clients as well. You can't just like continue with like 100 views per video, because you're not really going to grow anywhere, and even if you are, it's going to take months.
Where do viewers go after watching your video? So okay, did they watch your long form video? What should be the first like CTA there in the link?
A specific lead magnet or to book a call, and then if they go to the lead magnet, then book a call.
Yeah, makes sense. Gotcha. Okay. When do you feel like you're kind of like most yourself? Because then we can actually make content that is like not too much intentional, so you can like perform the best. Like there are like multiple formats, but what is kind of like your style?
I would say screen share breakdowns.
Screen share?
That's when I get into flow state like easiest. I can see like the like bullet points there, or kind of like a structure to what I need to say. I don't like word by word scripts, and I also don't like videos where I have to entirely like freestyle it.
Yeah.
So I would say screen share breakdowns are my like most optimal format.
When we prepare those scripts, it's technically not a script, it's like a Google Doc. We put like, okay, include this, talk about that, inject, this picture, show this, so he can just follow that and just record easily. And last question for today, what is kind of your vision in the next 3 months? How many calls do you want to like book from YouTube, and what would you consider as like successful outcome from that?
I would look at more revenue rather than actual like booked calls. So in terms of revenue, I would want to be aiming at like 15 to 20K per month, potentially 25K. That is just 1 or 2 more clients.
Yeah, that would be perfect. I mean, it's totally achievable in 3 months, but we gotta like follow the system, be consistent, because most people just give up in the beginning, but YouTube is kind of like exponential game. So you just have to like put effort, and then you will just, get results. Appreciate you for answering all these questions. Now we're going to dive into our, mastery knowledge, and we can craft this YouTube game plan for you, and then we can just reveal it. So appreciate you for your time, and let's do it.
It's my pleasure. Thank you.
Let's go, G. After questions, we prepped all, so I'm just now going to break down all the things for Atelier. Firstly, we'll just, sum up a bit your current situation. These are some of your videos, current videos that you uploaded for your B2B channel, right?
Yes, sir.
You have like 2 channels, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have the first one. This is the B2B channel.
Yes.
And the other one is this one, right?
I have 3 channels. I also have a short form one.
This is for shorts, right?
Yeah, but it's only for shorts.
For what to use this channel?
This is for vlogs, other podcasts as well, and like more random stuff.
So that's why I guess you started this new channel and you upload these 5 videos. So this video performed really good for the first one 4 months ago. It's really clear why. Because thumbnail and title, they work together, which means that you follow their one proven structure. Like I show my girlfriend, it's like it's cute when you put their girlfriend, people like to hear that. And it's also like teaching her, which is a good like connection with the title. So that's why this video performed good. Also, you hit the kind of like timer, which is like 20 minutes. So you went pretty in depth.
I was also using it as a lead magnet a lot.
Yeah, exactly.
It went great on short form as well.
Yeah, makes sense. But like on this channel, you have almost like 300 subs, which is like fine. I mean, but we should like aim to get like to 5 to 10K. It's like a B2B channel. On IG, on the other hand, you have 130K. You're currently at 10 to 15K per month, right?
Yeah.
It's a kind of like MMR. Yeah, makes sense. Good. We already broke down offers. So he has Atlas ecosystem. And on the other hand, there's this down for you content like Brandsy, right?
Yeah.
Your agency. These are pain points that we extracted from the previous like Q&A section that we had. So kind of like pains, fears, desires, and motivators. You can really like craft your videos to kind of like inject all of these elements throughout the video or throughout the tunnel. I like to call this system 5-vid close because it's technically like 5 videos, like strategically, systemized. So each video will have its own purpose. And now we're going to break all of these videos. So this is the first one. You see first one, then second one, third one, fourth one, and fifth one right here. So without further ado, let's dive into first video. Now, first video is as I put there. So kind of like your funnel structure. I know that this channel is B2B and you want to you don't want to go viral basically, but you yourself, you said that and that you still need some attention and some eyeballs. You answered this question right here when you're sitting, right?
I believe that no matter your ICP or how niche you are, you need to actually go viral in that specific niche unless you're not going to be able to actually get views or clients.
Especially like in the beginning, we want to make YouTube kind of like push our content. So I would say like it's a big mistake if you just focus on this bottom funnel or just, case studies or on just pure education. This is where most people fuck up because the educational content is boring, right? Like everyone is providing value. Everyone is just breaking down something. So this is where most people got trapped, because they don't have anything interesting. They don't have anything that actually bring eyeballs, and they're missing this top part of the funnel, right? Which is like purely for attention, purely to make people enter your content ecosystem. So later through these other videos, through Made the Bottom Funnel, they can convert, right? I kind of like structured to have kind of like 50%, at least in the beginning, at least in those 3 months, to have 50% of your content top funnel. So you're going to post 4 videos a month, and you can batch record, which is technically just sitting down and filming a few videos up front. So you can save yourself time because I know you're busy. The goal is top funnel to get attention. We need to find proven outliers, and we can't just guess because most people, they just they think something will work, but at the end of the day, YouTube has its own kind of like structure and has its own style. You need to do a research, and this is where most people fuck up because it's either like they're like lazy or they just don't want to spend time actually researching, trying to figure out what goes viral in their niche. So this is why at the end of the day, people work with us. We do this research part, and the research and kind of preparation is the most important thing. At the end of the day, most people just jump straight into like production, straight into scripts, into editing, but without like proper kind of like this research part, ideation part, you can't really make it. I put there one example of this guy. This is from Cold Email Niche. This guy made a video, I sent 10 million cold emails and learned this. Now we can talk about why this video went viral, but for you, it's just important to know that you need to take what works, take this proven format and tweak it and adjust it for your own situation. So for your own situation, we can make something like this. There are not too many people who have the same results, or I don't know any, to be honest. So we can use that, and this immediately stands out. So what do you think of this title? For example, like I've generated X organic views. Here's what I learned. What do you think about that one?
I like it. One thing that I would just want to make sure is to have the lessons like really optimized for my brand and make sure that they're actually valuable and not just like the random bullshit that like everyone hears on like short form, for example.
Yeah, the way you want to structure these questions, because this is a top funnel, but still we want to deliver value, right? You want to structure questions in the order that if you immediately start with something super specific, if you immediately give some, some really like, crazy sauce with specific wording, most beginners will not understand. They will just leave the video.
Yeah.
Which will make YouTube cut your video off because session watch time will drop and it will not, get the amount of views that we're looking to get. How does that sound, bro?
It sounds good so far. I just want to make sure that I wouldn't like go viral in the wrong space.
Yeah, exactly. This is when it comes to first video. The pure purpose is to just get attention, get eyeballs, and later, second stage, we have their shared belief, because once people kind of like entered your content ecosystem, right? Now we need to nurture them. Now we need to share beliefs so they can actually resonate with your brand and later end up converting. But now we're at this stage 2. So listen, you want to like be with your client and you want to break something down. And in this case, you can like break down your AI system that you built, shaping their beliefs. Yeah, because you went really in depth about your thing and your client was there. So it, build trust at the same time. You need to kind of like position yourself differently. You can present it in a different way and they can trust you enough to go with you, right? Does it make sense?
Yeah.
Let's move to the third stage of this process. And as it's called there, this is a proof process. When it comes to like client interviews, and I know you have a lot of client interviews, some of them are here, right? So you have like Braden, Charlie, Emil, all of these are your clients, right? The good thing about client interviews in this format, like a client interview or case study breakdown, you can make it kind of natural and honest, and you can ask your client, questions like where he used to be before working with you, where he's now. For example, this guy like Daniel Fazio, they're just building bunch of these case studies, bunch of these client interviews, so you can see there, and they're working for a reason, because at the end of the day, when you want to join someone's program, you need this trust, and the best way to build trust is through interviews. Because like now, yes, like okay, testimonials can work, like Stripe screenshots are fine, but like sitting with your client, asking him questions in your natural way is something that cooks. And I don't think you ever made this, did you?
Not really.
Not yet, yeah, but definitely you can. Alternative of these interviews, because some people don't want to hop on a call. If they don't want, then you can just like do a case study breaking down. And I know you told me that you like to do these like Miro boards,
Yeah.
right? So you can kind of like put the entire process of you guys, where he was before, what you did, and where he is now with. So you can kind of like now ask all of your clients, hey, if you straight to the point, like, hey, if you deliver good results, they should give you 5 to 10 minutes of their time, because why not, right? And the most important question that you should ask, second question, has to be like about money, because you're selling B2B, and people in B2B space don't care about money. So you gotta ask these questions: where have you started, like where you've been before working with me, and where you're now in terms of like revenue growth, because this will attract the most amount of B2B buyers. Actually, good intro, good short form clips, like all of these come actually from this script. And you also use it for thumbnails. So if you go to thumbnail, you put kind of this transformation right here, right? Yeah, makes sense. Good. And now we move to the last one, which is the full course one. Now, have you ever made this full course, or it's like your first time?
Not really. I didn't make a full course yet.
Yeah, so most people, when they want to make this full course, they have the wrong expectation, because it is actually the hardest video to make, because it's like few hours. The only point of this video is, after all of these previous videos, pretty much uses the VSL, right?
Yeah.
But the problem of normal VSLs is that it's too pushy, it's too salesy. So if you post, to your YouTube, if you post straight your VSL that is on your website, for example, I know you don't have it on your website, but some guys are using VSLs. The problem is that it's just pitchy, and that all like viewers and all potential leads will just lose trust in you, because they feel like you want to like sell them immediately. But with these full courses, we're doing technically the similar thing, because we will add, for example, some full course that I put there. For example, it's like this one. Like if we like every single industry, every single niche that you tap in. For example, I just throw their full course Facebook ads, and they're like immediate, like Braz did it. All these guys, you see Facebook ads, tutorial, free course, like guide, is the same technically thing.
I think the longer it is, the higher the chance of it's going viral.
Yeah.
Like a pattern you can see here is that the longer the actual video is, the higher the like outlier.
You can kind of like choose, because the problem with, for example, this video is that most of these like longer ones, people just took their previous YouTube videos and they just posted into like all videos into this into this one, right? So there's like rarely few individuals who literally like recorded new content for like hours and hours.
That's the difference that we can actually make. Like, since I'm not selling a course, I could just go and like give the actual like course content away for free, and then upsell people from there.
Yeah, I mean, the main like psychology behind course is that when people know that you uploaded like longer video where you gave technically 99% of your knowledge, they're like, oh, imagine like if I pay, what I'll get. I wanted to position it differently and to find kind of like new angle. So I found this guy, I think it's here. I found this guy, look at this. So this guy made literally like 12-hour video, and he didn't start it with tutorial course. He started with fuck it full Facebook ads course. And this is kind of the unique format that can work in your niche, because no one has used it yet, right? And the first guy who used it, he can benefit a lot. So kind of like positioning it that way. Now, what's important when you actually take like this inspiration, you need to look for all details that matter, because most people, they just they see the video and they just think that this one performed because of title. So they copy title and they probably make video like 1 hour long, and then it flops. And then they're like, okay, but why my video didn't perform good as this one? Because you can see it's like 100x outlier, which means like it performs 100 times better than his average video, and maybe like even more than 100 times. The reason why this video performed is because of this detail right here, like 12 hours, you see 0000000, and not the entire like title. So what I'm trying to say is you need to copy all of these details and kind of like use them and then just tweak them to your own niche. So not just title, you know. And probably like same thing with thumbnail, same thing with camera. So he has chosen this picture intentionally, and that's the reason why it performed better. Like we can kind of like see there, you know, as these are campaigns and nothing is random here. This is my point. Some people will think like, okay, but he just chose the random like frame. But it's not the case. Like he specifically positioned his, you know, camera like sitting, kind of like, you know, working dialed in. Like
That is actually a great idea.
yeah, I don't want you to just, you know, copy title and put, for example, complete different thumbnail. Like if you put like this title with this thumbnail right here, it might not work. This is my point. So for you, as I put there, we can literally use the same thing, like you know, pocket full personal branding course or like full AI content, something like that. And what I would do there as well, I would optimize. Do you know how to optimize the homepage?
Yeah, but I didn't have that many videos to actually
Yeah.
optimize. I just posted those two recently.
Yeah,
So-
makes sense. I like that you posted there other stuff. That this is a great credibility for people to have. But for viewers who are now watching, basically what you want to do with your homepage, and most people aren't doing it, including the big guys. So if we go to, let's say, like Nick's setting, he has a lot of videos, but his homepage isn't structured. And basically, the point you see, I mean, he doesn't have any like playlists. It's just random videos for you. It's like the basic, you know, structure. But what you could do is you can go and make a playlist, like certain playlists. For example, what I did with my own channel, like you can make a playlist. For example, like start here where you post only videos that you want them to watch first. Then you can add like playlist specific concepts, or like for you, it can be something like, for example, like all specific videos about this AI thing from like different angles. And then this last playlist can be like all results, like all case studies, all results. Pin it on homepage, and this can be like one structure. So basically, you just go there. I mean, you already know this, but for all viewers, how do you structure your homepage? You go to settings, home tab, you turn it on, and then you can add multiple sections right here. This is also a good one. This channel trailer. This can be this full course.
Yes.
The only problem with channel trailer is that it only appears to people who didn't subscribe. I think definitely when you do these interviews, when you have more videos, we can kind of put them into this playlist. Okay, bro, do you have some questions?
No. I want to do the full course as soon as possible because I am excited about that. I think I'm going to review the
Yeah,
first part of the full course right now.
yeah, I think we are done, and definitely let's focus on this full course. What would you say? Would you do it like 6 hours, 12 hours?
I would do it 6 hours because if you actually think about it, it has to be 6 hours of like real value. And I
Yep.
don't want to I don't want to ruin the engagement rate by adding stuff that isn't actually that
Yeah.
helpful.
Like there are like few guys who did this format as well. Like the info game is broken. The info game is broken. So the full system. I think this guy did for 10 hours. He's in info. Yeah. He did okay, 7. He did 7 hours. Yeah, the info game is broken. So I'm making my course.
That
for
is
example.
two-way.
Yeah, so he did this course, and this works like amazing for info niche. And you see, like he cracked.
I
this.
could use a similar title to that and still keep the same video. I could like A/B test that.
Yeah, you can definitely. We can do this one. I would say like this. Copy also elements from his thumbnail, but also we do the one that I showed you with fuck it. And if we pull it that way, like there is no change, and we add one more, but like outlier. I'm 100% like confident that there is no way, you know, to not get like a lot of engagement, especially if the value is there. Most people, you know, they just focus straight on this value part, on editing, on those details without actually thinking and doing research. Like now we did technically a research, right?
Yeah.
Like we researched this, we found that it's an outlier. Why it's outlier? Because it literally performed like 20 times better than his average video. So it means clear that something is different there. Something just worked. So we need to pick those things that worked and implement just for your own niche. This was the entire game plan for you. I hope you found at least like one thing valuable from this.
Yeah.
So it was pleasure having you on my channel in front of my audience. And
It was my pleasure.
yeah, yeah, bro. Thanks for your time, and let's focus on this full course. So yeah, guys, I hope guys this was valuable, and subscribe for more value. And we are now going to dive into his course, make it, and then we can do some video later, like a review, or we will see how it performs based on everything we shared today. So yeah, guys, see you and peace out. Bye bye.
Ciao.
Thank you, G. I think we did a good,
That was great.
great job. Yeah. This is it.
Okay, let's get into the full course.